Get in the jump seat. Not you, Pie. You chill out, you little dog, you.
You doggy. Oh, yeah.
Still charging? Pie, don't touch anything. This is a delicate operation.
I don't do it.
Alright, here we go. Welcome to the Monday M.A.S.S. A place it's a safe space, really.
For everything.
We still have do you think that this Machu Picchu energy, oh god, I need to bring some of these from home.
Yeah, you do.
This one's a little moldy.
Yeah, it is.
Alright, let's go.
Okay.
Let's start this. I can't see any of your comments. Don't bother putting anything in the chat. Because I flipped the phone is flipped around so that we're not reversed.
Yep. Okay.
So deal with that.
USB.
What's this bullshit? Did you get new bullshit?
Yeah.
Can we talk? Is this
right?
Is this the Sunbone Gorilla?
Whoa! What? This is that's something. Hey, welcome back to America, Todd Richards.
How's it going, everybody? We're here. We were in Japan last week, if you didn't know that, and now we are back.
Everybody knows.
We're back from Japan.
Do you ever feel like when you go on a trip like that's just so magical and wonderful, there's almost like a little bit of, especially in this current time, there's guilt?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope,
good. Glad we got past that. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Monday M.A.S.S, world's greatest action sports podcast, aka an action sports podcast about nothing. It's January 2025. This podcast is brought to you by our friends at Mammoth Mountain. At Mammoth Mountain, I've been seeing photos, I've been seeing videos. Mammoth is going off, and it looks like...
Look, we've got crappy snow.
And it looks like there's waves of like crowdless days there at Mammoth. I like that.
We've had crappy snow on the West Coast. It hasn't snowed, but thank God for places like Mammoth, because Mammoth's parks are going absolutely nuts. Their Chair 4 park right now looks insane. Yeah. Like there's so much stuff in there. I can't wait to go up there. I'm looking at Agile, which is looking insane at this point. Looks like a freaking cookbook. I want to get there.
A cookbook? How does your schedule look like a cookbook?
All this ingredients,
steps
and shit.
Like to hear it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, hopefully we get up to Mammoth ASAP, because it looks like it's been really fun. So, Sunbum, check this out.
This thing is really cool. Where'd you get this?
Okay. Well, check this. This is the limited edition Andy Davis.
You know what I think is fascinating about Sunbum?
This is Sunny.
This is okay. So this is Sunny.
This is
Sunny, the vinyl gorilla, and I credit this to Sunbum's success. Is this fucking gorilla?
The gorilla kills
that they would put on the counter, and kids would be like, I mean, look, Sunbum's a sunscreen. Like, it's how exciting can sunscreen possibly be?
Well, they also make moisturizer.
Yeah, they make all this stuff. They make all the great skin products, but it really comes down to marketing,
right?
And how do you get people to want your sunscreen?
Well, you sponsor the world's greatest action sports podcast. That's the first good step. Yeah.
But I really think it comes down to whoever it was in marketing that had the idea to use the mascot in a toy form on the counter at every location. Yeah. I think this is what...
they do huge Sunny blow-up events. I mean, it's eye-catching.
I want this thing.
Okay, well, it's yours, Todd. That's my and
Sunbum's
gift to you.
I mean, I do want it.
It's a collector's item.
It is a collector's item.
But Andy Davis is our homie, too.
Not a lot of people make collector's items. That's cool.
It's dope.
Thanks, Sunbum.
Yeah. And me. It's from Sunbum and me.
It's like a Christmas and a birthday gift.
That's right. Okay. SpyOptic, at SpyOptic. The helmet, goggles that I brought to Japan.
Good stuff,
worked
right?
Perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
Perfectly.
I'm telling you. The Happy Lens is no joke. And we had some crazy days where it was like sunny, and then dumping heavily, and then just flat light, and then sunny.
Yeah.
And Happy Lens technology works every time. And you don't get... And here's another thing that I noticed that experience with some of the other goggles I was riding for years. I was riding Smith quite some time.
Yes.
And the snow in Japan, where we went, is incredibly light. Like, so light that you can, like, wipe yourself out a lot. Like, you go to do a thing, you're poofed.
Facials.
And you can't see where you're going. The Spy goggles don't let snow in.
Yeah.
And I find that, like, the Smith goggles that I used it got in there. Like it
Right.
didn't, even if they were sealed really tight.
And that'd be condensation and wetness causing fog.
I don't know. At any rate, I'm very happy with the product that I have on Spine.
I agree.
Thank you.
And I did hit my head on a fair amount of branches, and I'm fine.
Yeah.
I think I'm fine. Also, Hansen Surfboards at Hansen Surf. All the prep that I needed before our trip to Japan. I got, what are those things called? Balaclava?
Balaclavas.
Yes, I
Not
got
baklava,
that, neck
pastry.
warmer. I got it all at Hansen Surf. There's still time to get in there for your winter necessities. It's the best surf skate.
I know, you better do it now
Snow.
because that stuff, it's weird. It's hard to
It's
imagine that the season's already going fast, but it's like they're going to start moving stuff out in like a month to make way for new trunks and spring break and all this stuff. And it's like,
It's almost summer, basically.
it sucks, dude. The season just started, but I hate the accelerated cell cycles. It's really annoying.
Bachon's Japanese sauce at Try Bachon's on the gram. Our friend Justin, owner, operator, inventor of Bachon's, came with us to Japan, and on the last night of our trip, we imported our own Japanese barbecue sauce to, what are they called? A teppanyaki? Teppanyaki spot. Everyone on our trip, the entire Monday M.A.S.S group, all had our own bottles of Bachon's, all different flavors. It elevated that meal. I mean, those were super fun and tasty.
You already know.
But you put Bachon's in the mix, and boom.
If you've had Bachon's, you already know.
Yeah.
You already know.
Machu Picchu Energy. We've got the same can of Machu Picchu that's been on there for about a month. Todd needs to bring it.
I just haven't.
Right now.
Alyssa, we need some more Machu Picchu.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna hit you up. But yeah, this can.
Don't drink this one, but all the other cans that are unopened, drink those.
This is penicillin at this point.
Yeah, well, it sounds like you might need it. Machu Picchu Energy at machupicchu.energy.
I'd like, before we move on,
Let's move up.
New Greens, my good buddy Devin Ryerson,
who also came on our trip.
Founder of New Greens, came with us this weekend. I got to tell you that last year we were talking a lot about how, literally didn't shit for 6 days.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I would like
I remember your constipation.
credit New Greens and the potassium in here that's and the magnesium that's in here. And it turbocharged, goes both ways. You can turbocharge your energy levels and turbocharge your butt.
Yeah.
So anyways, New Greens Dilator. What a great trip. Everyone was on the junk while we were down there.
Yeah.
And Chad Otterstrom is still there on the Mint Tours train, and Devin dropped off a ton of New Greens with him. And it look, country with the most centurions on the planet.
Like and the best toilets.
Most people on the planet over 100 years old. Japanese, there's not a lot of greens in the diet.
Look, I'm pouring some pancakes.
There's a lot of fried food. There's a lot of rice. There's a lot of binding agent. Oh. And I'm telling you, you need greens. Like, my body was craving a salad. Yeah. Because all I'd done was eat, like, salty pork miso udon for 5 days. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Just add New Greens, a scoop of that in the morning.
Or the best travel item, the little New Greens packets.
Yeah,
those things.
Go anywhere with those things.
What else we got? Panic and Coffee and Tea. You may have just seen I'm pouring my fresh cup of Panic and Coffee and Tea into my Monday M.A.S.S mug, and guess what? Our friends at Panikin might have a little collab in store with the Monday M.A.S S. We'll keep you posted on that, but either way, Panic and Coffee and Tea up the street. You can get it at the airport. You can get it in Oceanside, Carlsbad. You can also get it online, panicandcoffeeandtea.com. Check them out ASAP. Bubs Naturals at Bubs Naturals. That's my daily additive to my coffee. Collagen MC Brain Oil keeps my bones and joints and hair and everything in top shape. Love me some Bubs.
Let's split this up because we want to make sure that people can't fast forward it.
Oh, remember
we were having a discussion.
They didn't.
Let's have a discussion the other day.
Okay.
Chris and I, he and I,
with
and others, and guests on our trip for Mint Tours, including Devin from New Greens and Justin from Botch.
It was mostly just them complimenting our ad block.
But what I will find myself doing this as well.
Okay.
Is if it's a plug and play ad that you can tell
like
was pre-recorded.
Yeah.
Like, dude, the first thing I'm doing is fast forward.
Yeah. Well, I get inundated with enough advertising in my life. I feel that our ad block is also entertainment.
We provide you with info type
advertising.
We're gonna give you content with the ads.
And tell us in the comments below what word's better. Todd's word. What'd you just say?
Infotizing.
I'm advertainment. Infotizing versus advertainment.
Advertainment?
Let's see, pedal.electric, at pedal.electric. Vessel shipping, at Vessel app on the gram. All mugs and stickers shipped out via Vessel app. Mint Tours, at Mint Tours. Of course, we're going to talk about them. Snow News at die.com. The best stickers ever. We gave everybody on the trip a bunch of die-cut stickers. They love them, and they're around Japan.
I'm pushing for this Cryas-free pepper spray.
I know.
Like, I feel like the bomb hole has really hit the mark with their run-through-wall smelling salts. Cryas-free pepper spray. I really think, like, how hard could it be? Like, can you ship pepper spray?
Buy a bunch of pepper spray on Temu and then just rebrand it.
Temu pepper spray.
Temu pepper spray is probably fine.
Yeah, it's not like those guys are getting smelling salts. Like,
they're not making it in their backyard.
They're not organic.
All right, well, let's
check that. Do you think organic
out.
Pepper spray is better for you? Do you think they have
organic
organic
pepper spray? You can buy pepper spray at like 7-Eleven.
Yeah, but at what point... Is there pepper sprays that are worse for you?
It doesn't matter. Pepper spray is pepper spray.
Our pepper spray is going to be gluten-free and organic.
Yeah.
Free range.
Surf News brought to you by Sunbum at Sunbum. It's winter, but you can still get burnt. That's why you need Sunbum, which is 8 days from the potential of the 2025 WSL Championship Tour. This is a bummer. Reigning Rookie of the Year, Crosby Colapinto, broke his elbow on a gnarly wave at Backdoor.
Did he like bounce off?
He said that he basically, this is his quote, and I think this was on Surfer or Stab or somewhere. It was on the internet, so I believe it. 2024 Rookie of the Year was having a hell of a session at Backdoor until he found himself too deep on a wave. He jumped off his board while in the barrel, and when he looked down, it was dry reef. I could probably do that. Think again. Because Backdoor has a mind of its own, and while it looks perfect from the beach, and I don't know this from experience, I've never surfed 6 to 8 foot Backdoor, but imagine that wave barreling like that, and then you look under, and it's like board level of water.
Ow.
So we really hope Crosby gets better soon. That's a bummer. I mean, coming off your Rookie of the Year season, you would just hope for your sophomore year to be great. But he'll be back, I'm sure, maybe mid-season. It's something, though, like surfing, there's certain injuries in surfing that are going to be really hard to come back from. Anything shoulder-related, back-related.
Probably a pretty serious one, dude.
Elbows pretty serious, because you think of the movements, like, I think, ankles, you can wear a brace, and you can surf on a bum ankle.
Elbow has an independent movement, and you're also, like, putting a lot of your weight on that arm.
But he's also, he's like 22?
Yeah, he's fine.
He's made of rubber and muscle. He's a fit young man. He's going to be great. And he's also a health freak like his brother, so I think he's going to be back quick. We have new junior world champions from Indonesia. Bronson Mady, who got a perfect 10 in the final, doing 2 upside down, 540, just insane combination.
Back to back.
Back to back.
Same wave. Crazy.
On the gnarliest section. So Maida, he is a up-and-coming surfer out of Indo. These are surfers all 20 and under. He's already getting props from everybody from, Rio Hawaii, of course, but like all surfers across the board going, watch out for this kid. And also Luana Silva, we already know she's a household name at this point, a great surfer, championship tour level surfer. She is now your world junior
Now,
champion.
is Luana Silva, is she related to
Doug Silva?
No.
No. No, she's not.
They
don't look anything alike.
What was yeah.
No. Okay. No, but she does represent Brazil.
Yeah, that's why I asked that.
Brazilian mums. She's part Brazilian. She does fly the Brazil. She's a ripper. Great style too. And that event was held in the Philippines, and the waves were sick. Like that's pretty big for the Philippines because a lot of people think of the Philippines as just like Cloud 9, but there's a ton of waves there. And now we saw it. We saw more sides of it.
Never mind.
The 2025, the Dahui Backdoor Shootout wrapped up last Tuesday. It probably, if Jay O'Brien, Koa Rothman, Nathan Florence, if all these pipe specialists are saying it's the day of the year, it's the day of the year. It was in a full day of draining, huge, gnarly pipes. Team Japan got the team win, and Koa Rothman got not one but 2 waves of the day. And he got the individual win. And he got, so best wave got him $5,000, then he got another $50,000 for winning the event. And
decent tag home for a day. It was work.
Oh hell yeah. So the first 2 events at Pipe, the Pipe Map had some off days, but had some great days. And of course, the Backdoor Shootout tends to get the best, and they've done it again this year. So congrats to all the surfers, all the teams. That was an insane event. As we talked about last week, we're going to talk about it for a while. This thing's going to be decades to figure out, to fix. I don't know if you can, but basically, there's a lot of people raising money for the LRs. This one's really cool. The Oblivion Los Angeles team up with 9 shapers. These are all amazing, incredible shapers. Ryan Birch, Alex Nose, Derek Disney, Tyler Warren, Panda Surfboards, Jesse Gugumana, Christian Bemis, Groat Surfboards, and Ryan Love raffling off boards. There's also a raffle for a 5-night stay at Rancho de Linda, Playa, Costa Rica. So I think for $25 you get a raffle ticket. And, a Ryan Birch board, if you can even get one, is going to probably cost you, $1,000, $1,500. You could go around and resell it for $2,500.
Sure.
Like, these are coveted surfboards. So enter the raffle. All the money raised will go to LA Fire Relief. It's at oblivionlosangeles.com. So check that out. It's gonna be really cool. I'm entering. I would love to win one of those boards.
Man.
Can you imagine Disney handshape for $25? Incredible. Anyway. There's good things happening. We talk a lot about doom and gloom in the surf industry and just in the industry in general. But there's good things happening. You remember Julian Wilson started Rivvia Projects?
Sure.
Well, they have their first team rider, and he just happens to be one of the best goofy footers in the world, championship tour surfer, Ryan Callinan.
No shit.
Yes.
Ryan Callinan's going to have a logo?
Straight to the top.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because wasn't he was running 0 logos for a long time, right?
He's Billabong forever. So this is big because not only is Arcal, who's one of the greats, he's also now part owner of Rivvia Projects. So that's sick that Julian's first team rider is also a championship tour.
I think that's awesome.
Yeah. So that's good news happening.
Dude. I watched this the other night.
Caity Simmers Blouse.
Blouse is insane.
It's mind-blowing. Well, and it's performance art. The music is different and fun, and you can tell this is like Caity Simmers, not just talent but personality, right? Her personality is just put on the screen.
It's awesome. It's so like the movie is. I mean, I don't know Kate well, but I've been around and adjacent to what she's doing in her projects. Like, this is her personality. Like,
yeah,
it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
it's really,
she edited
really fun to see.
I think her and her brother, her and a friend edited it, and again, you can tell she's an artist. She's just super rad. The surfing is awesome. There's great waves. There's terrible waves. There's everything you want to see. Shows some of her personality. It's like a stream. It's kind of like a stream of consciousness. It is. It's like you open her mind and you're in there. She says, growing up, I was always very tomboyish and I was often mistaken for a boy. Sports, not princesses or that kind of thing. Lately, I've been more interested in feminine things than I usually am, so the title Blouse was fitting. That was on via Stab. This is pretty cool. Your teammate, Rolo Montez, along with Robbie Merrill, have launched a fin company that is really compatible, features and FCS. It's called Laser Fins. I'm very interested in fin companies because I honestly think that based on like what has been happening to some of my fin boxes in my surfboards, and I just think it's like this unexplored territory that we've just like come to accept. Like, there hasn't really been too many advances in fin mounting systems. Like, yeah, sure, you have FCS, FCS2, and you have Future, but like, oh, you mean mount? Yeah. Well, just shapes of the fins, ships, new stuff, right? And, but like the mounting systems and the compatibility, like, they're just, I don't know. I feel like that Future. Well, there used to be like Lockbox. There used to be, but it all kind of went away. And I feel like that Future has an incredible line of fins, and I think that also FCS has an incredible line of fins. There hasn't really been, like, you would want more crossover of fins. Well, like, maybe another option of how to put the fin on the surface. That's what I mean. I'm sure there's things in the works. Like stronger and more lighter. Stronger, lighter, more effective. Anyway, well, Fans already has this crazy team. Mikey Wright, Matt Hoy, Dylan Graves, Lee Wilson, Lungi Slab, Brad Flora, and Holly Wong. That's a hard-hitting team right there. So.
Are they traction?
Ooh.
Which is another thing that I think is like a massive hole in the surf industry.
This is gnarly. A lot about shark attacks. We don't hear about dolphin attacks.
Dolphins attack somebody?
Well, so Jesse Billauer's brother, Josh, an incredible surfer, actually had his back broken by a dolphin at Blacks.
Was he the dude? He was the dude who the dolphin landed on his back while he's duck diving?
Ago. Yeah. But
what did he say about the dolphin? Was he talking shit on the dolphin?
Going, I'm gonna jump on you, and he goes, ah. Well, this is wild. So, Emerald Beach, Wales. A kid named Eli Anderson was just surfing, hanging out, and a pod of 20 dolphins surrounded him in a feeding fee. They knocked him off his board. He says it felt like he was hit by a car, according to the Daily Mail. He was knocked out. His pelvis was... These dolphins...
Well, they're really big.
Gang attacked him.
You've obviously had dolphins come close to you in the right, like like for us, those of you that don't live near the water, you will oftentimes have a pod of 15 dolphins.
Yeah,
all around you.
And they're going fast.
And they do go fast, and it's just like a giant muscle.
You know what I've been scared of, and this is going to be in my mind next time dolphins are around. So dolphins tend to follow the sets down the beach. And the worst nightmare would be duck diving and going head on with a dolphin, because you will lose that.
It'll go right through you.
It will half.
Right.
You will explode.
I don't want that. But you would think that the dolphins are so agile.
And they're sexual, too. From what I hear.
Yeah, dolphins are like one of the only animals that recreationally do it.
And by do it, we don't mean jump on people. This is a rare occurrence.
Maybe that's what happened. Maybe it wasn't a dolphin attack. Maybe it was a horny dolphin. Broke his pelvis.
Sketch.
I know what was going on there.
Well, we hope you heal up soon, Eli Anderson. That's so scary. Beach Grit reported that Ross Williams is retiring from full-time coaching, tour coaching, we say. He's not retiring from coaching. He's going to coach from home in Hawaii. But, you think about it, like, it's one thing to be the surfer on tour. You have a ton of money. You're surfing perfect waves with no one out. There are ups and downs. But as a coach, you're having to do just as much travel. You're surfing about 95% less.
Mm-hmm.
And... you're on that emotional roller coaster as well with not as much pay.
A lot of hugs.
I'm sure, and the top tier coaches get compensated well, but that is a lot of travel. And as two people who just traveled,
I hate it.
Traveling is the worst.
Don't like it.
And I hope that doesn't sound privileged or.
He's probably in the front of the bus, though.
I don't know,
dude. I will tell you that Japan Airlines has the hottest airplanes.
And we're not talking sexy.
On the planet. Temperature-wise.
Well,
there's no vents. Dude next to me, I swear to God, he had the worst breath I've ever smelled on a human being ever.
My guy next to me had horrible breath, and I just go, okay. And so I just started farting.
So it was like you were just combating that with your own.
It seemed like every time I shifted a seat, something like a little toot would come out.
Yeah, you had altipoops.
Yeah.
It comes out.
Well, the Ross Williams retirement from tour coaching, he will still coach in Hawaii, is that a sign, yet another potential sign, that John Florence will not compete in 2025? We don't know. There have been no announcements, no word from John.
What do you think? What's your personal opinion?
I would think, my personal opinion is, John is going to do pipe.
Mm-hmm.
If he wins or makes the final, he'll continue on. If he loses early, that's the thing. Because that could piss him off and he'll continue on, or he'll just be like, whatever, I'm over it. I don't want to go to Rio, El Salvador, Australia. I'm done. He just had a baby.
Mm-hmm. He's already sitting on a world championship title.
What I'm saying, he's got 3 of them.
Yeah,
what I'm saying, I don't know.
He would, if he stepped away, he would step away as the champ.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's interesting.
And you got to also think about what Nathan Florence is doing and Ivan Florence. They are living their best lives. The scariest lives.
You think he's jealous? Watch those guys on their own schedule?
Well, I would not want to be on their schedule because I don't like surfing scary, gnarly slabs and ice cold water.
That's fun for them.
Yeah, I don't know if John loves being in a 4-3 hooded wet. Well, we'll see. Pipes just around the corner. That's going to be the thing there. Zuck. What up, Zuck? What the Zuck? Zuck. So the caption was, Mark Zuckerberg foils massive wave, and I was kind of like, damn it, dude, I have never even been on a massive 20-foot wave. And here's this nerd, for lack of a better term, this robot, foiling on a massive wave. What? The wave didn't break.
I'll tell you what.
So I've been on bigger breaking waves than Zuckerberg.
I listened to Zuck's Joe Rogan this week when I was on the airplane the other day.
Was it advertainment?
It wasn't really so much advertainment as it was like, Zuckerberg is I don't know. They're like, these kind of people are the catalyst for a lot of the issues that in society today, right? Like, I think that's unanimous. It's just the way that they've kind of, I don't know, not corrupt, but like taken over the information gathering and dispersing on the planet.
Right.
But listening to him on, like, this was the most human and like normal that he has sounded.
Okay.
Like, honestly, like, I'm being sincere. I'm not I'm just like listening to this podcast.
I can tell when you're being sincere.
This is like a normal dude. Yeah. And he talked more about jiu-jitsu and what, I don't know, like, it's like humanized him a little bit.
Yeah, I don't think the locals from Kauai will agree with you.
Oh, they probably want to knock his fucking block off.
Some might not.
I don't know. I'm just saying, either way,
It was a 20-foot wave. It did not break. Therefore, I still have surfed bigger Zuckerberg.
Congratulations.
Todd, you're a Quicksilver team rider. Yeah, this was sad news, but what a great life. Alan Green, co-founder of Quicksilver, born in Australia in 1947. In 1969, along with his friends and later Rip Curl co-founders, Brian Singer and Doug Claw Warbeck, a wetsuit making brand called Quicksilver.
I only hung with Greenie a couple times. Stayed at his house at Mount Buller.
Where's that?
It's Australia. It's like a little ski resort outside Melbourne.
Mount Buller.
Stayed there with his family one summer.
That's cool.
And it was one summer over here, one winter over there, and they were awesome.
Well,
awesome people.
Quicksilver changed the face of surfing. Quicksilver was and is a brand that has done a lot for surfing. I mean, Kelly Slater's career, he owes a lot to Quicksilver. Dane Reynolds, the list goes on and on. So, thank you, Alan, and what a legacy. And I said a bad thing about him. The guy seems super rad.
Great guy.
Another super rad guy is Sean Thompson. Sean Thompson, how's this? This is one of the best second acts, right? So Sean Thompson, one of the greatest surfers of all time. He's a writer and a motivational speaker, and right now he's on the Positive Wave Tour. So he's going around to high schools, starting in Huntington Beach. This is running all the way through May of 2025. The tour will bring Sean's message of purpose, resilience, and positivity to more than 50,000 high school students from San Diego. Now that is awesome. Sean lost his son about 15 years ago. Heartbreaking. But he has since written books about not just about like surfing and how surfing can heal, but just healing in general. And I love this. You know me. I love a positive message. And thank you, Mr. Sean Thompson, for doing that. Just finished last night Stab Highway Oz. And I believe this was a re-showing of it, or maybe it just released on YouTube. It's an older one. I think this is setting us up for Stab Highway East Coast. Stab Highway Oz is really sick. Wade Goodall, Chippa, Noah Deans, Lisa Vincent, a raddest group of surfers. And this whole thing is just fun. It's a fun watch. And I'm very excited to see Stab Highway East Coast because we know the East Coast is weird. Mm-hmm. And there's going to be some weird shit on the East Coast. Stab Highway East Coast. There you go. That was Surf News.
Skate News is brought to you by Spy Optic.
That's right.
And here we go. What do we got?
Did you watch the Yeti Summer Adventure Tour on Thrasher?
No, I haven't watched shit.
Dude, you have to watch it. This is just like your classic Thrasher style. You've got Grant Taylor, Louis Lopez, Baxter. You've got Current Cables, Ronnie Sandoval, Lady Me, Kevin Kowalski, Jordan Thackeray, Rainey Barris, and more. Shredding and Jeff Rowley. They're all on a Northwest tour of those big, gnarly, scary cement parks. 14, 15-foot bowls. You're not a pat. Shit is nuts. It's bonkers.
Sketch.
Yes. Also must-see TV. I know you watched it. Shell Shock.
Yeah, this is...
Lazo Party.
This was nuts.
The roller skate girls are back, and they're as badass as ever. This shit is so hectic and beautiful and stylish. The tricks, the fashion... I mean,
I was talking to,
it's amazing.
And so the end of
Yes.
it features what's her name? Jamelyn Flower.
Jamelyn Flower.
She jumps off the Encinitas sign into the bank.
I just posted that on Encinitas Magazine, Instagram, and of course, Minnie Karen.
Yeah, she should be careful. Whatever. Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
But I talked to my daughter about this,
Mhm.
and we had, because she's a park roller skater, and we, you know, this is like, I don't know, this summer or last summer. Going by that, I think it was shortly there after Ryan Sheckler did the tail drop kickflip in.
Yeah.
And I asked her, I'm like, if you were going to do that on roller skates, like how?
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, I would probably backside 180 in and go down it backwards.
Yeah, I know.
Because you
there's
can
a
stop.
lot of like, would that be called fakie?
It would be called fakie, but like so that you can rely on your stopper to slow you down.
Yeah.
Okay, so the girl at the end of this jumped in full. So. Dude, it is terrifying. Like
the opening interviewed Nemo last year when the first Lazo Party video came out. She did the hill bomb in San Francisco.
Yeah, backwards.
But she had one of the gnarliest wipeouts I've ever seen on any wheels.
Yeah.
Bombs a hill backwards, and like worst case scenario, just slams scissor onto a fire hydrant. I'm not going to say what she said. She's sore somewhere. And she's got an ice pack in her lap. You got to watch this movie. It's insane.
But check out the drop in. It's pretty crazy.
It's at skatephantom.com, and it's a bunch of our friends actually made it.
Sick. Very cool.
So shout out to Lazo Party.
Did you have a chance to watch the Tom Shar Grayson Fletcher show, which the last ever Combi Pool event that went down at the soon-to-be extinct Combi Pool replica in Orange, California?
Oh, I did.
Tom Shar is on a different planet, first of all.
Yes.
The lines that he did in that and where he chose to do tricks was crazy. Take Carew, another person that like...
What is the blunt slide around the corner?
Lit that thing on air, but we got to see everyone from Christian Assoy, Steve Caballero to McGill, all the legends, and then finally it was capped off with the Grayson Fletcher show where Grayson decided that he was going to kickflip in off the teardrop hip into
the big bowl. Psychotic.
The round bowl, and it was nuts, and it didn't look like it was going to happen. It looked like just another Grayson Fletcher attempt at insanity, and then he did it.
Yeah. And Grayson Fletcher now on Birdhouse Skateboards. Incredible.
Dude, Birdhouse is...
I've said incredible more times in this episode than I have in any other episode. I'm fine with it.
Birdhouse has got such a good team.
Yeah.
And Grayson is such character. Like...
Yeah.
Nicest human ever. Character.
Yeah.
Character.
He had painted his face.
Death metal.
And so we got Wayne Armstrong won the Bowl Pro Division. Arisa True from Palm Beach, Australia, won the women's division. Of course, she's winning. Continue to win everything. She's untouchable at the moment.
True.
And Rune Glifberg won the Masters division. It's the Masters division.
And they all
grew up in our era.
They all thank Chris Miller for...
Yeah, that's true.
Because Chris Miller has about 6, I think, title, or 5 or something like that. He's got multiple... He was to the point where everyone was like, can Chris just not even do the Masters?
Well, Jeff Grosso's, one of his best quotes ever was, he's like, at this bowl, at this contest, I knew right when I saw Miller that everyone was going for second place.
Yeah.
He goes, don't even think about it. You're not going to win. Good luck getting second place. They all thanked Steve Van Dorn as well. Vans got behind this event, and the highlights keep coming. It's super rad.
Awesome.
This is just a bit of business news. Super. Skateboard market was valued at $3.4 billion in 2023. Is expected to grow at a CAGR.
Calculated aggressive growth retail.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Reaching $4.36 billion. Let's hope skateboard
skateboard market, but that ain't boards being sold.
No. Well, hopefully everyone's getting paid.
I hope so.
This is really cool. Chocolate Skateboards dropped a DIY screen printing kit alongside Individualist.
Wait, what?
So basically, it's a box.
Yeah.
You get a white skateboard, and 4 watercolor-based inks, ink mix sticks, eco-friendly ink spray cleaner, a screen print squeegee, a pre-made chocolate graphics on an aluminum screen frame, and a 6-step instructional sheet. So basically,
this is actually
you get
really
a silver,
sick.
Yeah, you get like a screen print, right? A metal screen print. On that screen is a bunch of different girl or chocolate logos.
You just choose the one you want.
Choose the one you want. I saw this on Transworld Skate. It's available on CrailTap.com right now.
How much do you think it is?
It's got to be like $150.
I don't know. I feel like screen printing and home screen printing is if someone did offer, you could just because burning screens, which is how you get image transfer, like the opaqueness on the screen, that's kind of a pain in the ass.
Oh yeah.
But if you could figure out how to, we used to do it with, we cut it by hand. And it was gelatin based. I'm not even sure how they do it anymore. But you would
lasers.
You would actually cut it with an X-Acto knife, and the gelatin base would adhere to the screen, and that's what would give you that. You know what I mean? Multi-screen. I don't know how they do it these days, but if someone offered, I feel like there's a huge market offer that to people.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it is probably offered to people, but I just haven't seen it. Totally. It's really cool.
Yeah, that kit is available at CrailTap.com.
Awesome.
It's in pre-order, but the pre-order ends February 8th, so get in there now. It might be already sold out.
Super cool.
Yeah. Jacob has done it again. A great interview with Ambition Snowskate founder Alex Blaze.
Yep.
And I love what Jacob and Ambition Snowskate do.
The Ambition Snowskate crew, it's so beyond. It's so beyond.
It's mind-bending.
It's what you think that you're going to be able to do with a snow skate when you get one, but you have no idea how.
Oh my god. Snow skating has the hardest, quote, action sports to do, but these guys make it look so easy. Heel flips, kick flips, flip slide,
handrails.
It does look like skateboarding. They're trying to make it look like skateboarding.
They're not cavemanning on the handrails. They're kick-flipping on the handrails.
Yeah.
It's insane.
It's beyond.
Yeah.
So check out Deadlock. Check out Jacob.com. Read that interview. It's super rad. I love people. Speaking of people doing rad shit, Nora Vasconcelos always does rad shit. She's got a new film coming out, Let It Kill You. This is going to premiere at La Paloma January 30th.
Oh, shit.
Right here in Encinitas, California. Doors at 7, shows at 8, and get this. I'm not trying to get on the bandwagon or ride Nora's coattails. Yes, I am. Sunbender is playing at First Street Bar and Grill with Isaiah Mitchell on January 30th. This is your dream night at Encinitas. You go to Nora's skate documentary, then you get to go see Isaiah Mitchell and Sunbender. Everybody wins.
Fun.
Yeah. So that was skateboarding news. I've been skateboarding with my son quite often, and it's feeling great. That's my skateboarding.
Cool.
Snow News is brought to you by our friends at Mammoth Mountain. Get up there, get some snow, get some shredding in. We talked about...
We should recap.
Yeah, we talked about our trip to Japan ad nauseum, and we're going to continue to talk about it. So let's talk about it, Todd.
Yeah, so we just got back from our Monday M.A.S.S Mint Tours trip, and it was a big success.
Thank you to all of our new friends that showed up, and they made that trip. Of course, the riding is incredible. The powder, the honey holes with no other snowboarders around. The endless untracked snow that we got is always amazing, but it's meeting new friends. And this happened last year when we went on our Mint tours. I'm still talking to a lot of those homies. So the human connect, the the physical being there, meeting people.
We unlocked some new places this year that blew me away.
Yes, and we're going. I mean, it's safe to say we're going back.
Yeah, we're going back.
You
were saying you wanted 2 sessions next year.
Let's keep it exclusive. Let's introduce the platinum package to the deal.
Okay.
Platinum packages, you get to stay in Todd's room.
Everyone.
Yeah.
We all get to stay there.
For one night. No, everybody gets one night in Todd.
God.
Nothing weird, just you sleep.
It was so fun. And then we had a day in Tokyo on the way home. Chris, myself, and Devin from New Greens.
Pretty crowded, huh?
Went to Harajuku. We went to Pizzanista, Solomon Aga's in Tokyo.
We went to Murasaki Sports.
We went and saw the pig cafe, mini pig cafe. We saw a otter cafe. There was a Samoyed hockey cafe. There was a cat cafe.
I had a friend ask me, he's like, did you go to all those sketchy spots in Tokyo while you were there? I was like,
yeah.
No, I was with Todd Richards. Cafe. We went to a cat cafe store.
It was fucking sick, dude.
It was epic.
Japan is awesome. It snowed.
It was cold.
It was chilly.
But I want to say thank you again, Todd. Not only did the Quicksilver gear you got me, it was toasty, cozy, comfy. No moisture, perfectly dry in my Gore-Tex Quicksilver clothing, but also my Toro Tomai K2 boots. Whew! Chef's kiss. Amazing.
Toro K2 boots, they popped. They dropped some info today. They are now coming in black.
Ooh, I saw those. That colorways.
I've had a pair. I gotta break them in, but that was it. That was the black, just black boots. Make black boots. You don't mess with what ain't broken.
Don't mess with goodness. Yeah, those the new ones are brown.
They're like a red
and a black pair. Well, we have
yeah. No, they're green. They're like greenish, like pine green.
Yeah. Also, the Moro board, the Moro Richards model went insanely well. Jay let me ride a White Space POW board.
My board rode better.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, your board was great. Number 1 board.
So this week, X Games is coming. X Games is coming back to Aspen, Colorado. Everyone's town. People doing the knuckle huck, people doing the half piping, people be out there doing the slope styling, and there's a rail jam. There's all kinds of
they're doing X.
There's all kinds of fun that is going on. Now, we all love X Games. We all love to watch. Even though we talk shit, we all watch.
We watch every second of it.
Because it really is important to
the culture.
The backbone and the culture of competitive snowboarding. If you've done it and if you've been there, it's a great time. This year, the X Games that I just read this morning and forwarded to Chris.
Yeah.
It is X Games in Colorado will be implementing an AI judge.
To add to the human judges.
To add to the human judges. They are experimenting with AI judging.
Yeah.
As if influencers being paid to be there weren't bad enough. Now we're going to start experimenting with replacing the judges with an algorithm.
But you can't, I don't always, you sometimes complain about the human judges.
I do.
So however, how do you know the AI judges aren't going to be a good addition to the panel?
Well, we're already, look, because AI judges are only, how do you AI judge style? You can't. That's everything.
Yeah.
That is literally everything. That is the nuance of anything. The AI judge is going to count how many times you spun around. Now, the AI judge is not going to be implemented.
It's never been tried.
Not going to be implemented into the actual scoring that is input. It will not determine the medals.
And no judges were fired, right?
No judges were fired. But the fact that they're even sniffing means that they are looking at it as a way to potentially add it or quantify things. Because on the flip side of this, there is now betting being incorporated into the X Games.
So ESPN.com,
ESPN.
right?
Well, I'm not sure if it's ESPN.com.
Bet or something.
There's some betting aspect to it. Now, when you decide to start betting, now money is on the line, and you're going to want to have a better system or something more competent. I'm thinking like how the people there would be thinking of this, the investment group that's come into this, that is probably like, okay, well, if we're going to have people that are going to be betting, we got to have a better way to judge this, because judging is always subjective, which is, it's the nature of the beast. What if we implemented an judge?
Yeah. Well, I like it.
I hate it. What are you fucking talking about? You AI judging?
Listen, it's a trial run.
Right.
humans will decide the medals, the scores.
But
humans are there. The AI thing, at least now, I'm not saying I like it moving forward. I'm saying for this, it's an interesting idea.
As in, let's go over to the pleasure bot and see what the pleasure bot says about this run.
Yeah, the commentators and the TV online audience are gonna see the AI interpretation of the score. I
think the AI, if you used AI, you should use it for distance out of the half pipe, distance travel the wall, to compare that to other riders. You use it as an addition, a judging tool, not give it its own opinion.
Well, and who knows how they're going to use it. I think this now is going to be a entertainment feature, an advertainment feature, if you will. So you'll have a little box.
I bet that's what everyone said about Skynet.
I know. Look what happened. We're fine. I'm excited and interested to see what this
is happening. I'm into bitch and moan about. Okay, another thing about X Games, and this is a topic that I would like to open up for a discussion with you because there's no one else here.
Okay, my dog's here.
Pie. So, how do I put this? So, arguably, we have one of the best half-pipe riders in the world, probably the one with the most personality, Scotty James.
Yeah.
He's hilarious. He's hilarious. He's got personality.
He's smart. He's funny.
Now, what does that say when Scotty James doesn't have one endemic snowboard sponsor?
What do you mean?
He doesn't have one sponsor that comes from the snowboard industry.
Who's he sponsored by?
The snowboard that he rides is custom made, but it's represented by a cryptocurrency thing.
Okay. Free money.
He wears all snowboard products that are made from the snowboard industry, but like snowboard clothes, there's no snowboard logo on there. His
boots. What kind of boots?
No idea. He probably just buys Burton boots, or like someone gives him Burton boots.
You should buy Caity.
I just feel like it's say. What does that say about our industry?
It says that
he's probably one of the leading. I mean, he's so personable. Scotty's he's great.
Well, he's rich now too.
Exactly. So you would think that in order to kind of if you have that much sway and you have a personality that is
what stickers are on his board?
The stickers that are on his board is like
Coinbase.
Kind of, I forget what it's called. It's some Bitcoin wallet.
What goggles does he wear?
Don't even know. Literally, it's hard. Usually when you talk about a rider, the first thing that comes to mind is their board, is their company.
Yeah.
Right. And that's how he rides for Capita, he rides for K2, rides for whatever Burton. The logo board is a cryptocurrency thing.
Right.
And his clothing doesn't really say anything, and he's not he's got a Van sticker or a DC sticker for boots. I mean, he might ride for Oakley still. I'm not even sure if he does.
Oakley, but this says he's sponsored by Volcom.
No, this is really old.
Theravani? No. Tommy Hilfiger?
No.
Onyx?
Yeah, the OKX is the logo that he has on the bottom of his board.
Okay, that's a crypto. Yep. But he still rides for Red Bull?
I don't know.
He's co-owner of X Games.
Co-owner of X Games. So what I'm saying is if you're making a ton of money, wouldn't you just? I mean, maybe brands he's too expensive and they won't bother, but to help steward kids, what kind of a message does that send? How do kids try to be like Scotty James?
Well, I'm looking at this. I think.
When is that? When is that from? That's old.
It's old.
Okay, so I think he rides for Red Bull.
It is old. It's there's only a sponsor I see that's
not Scotty James.
Endemic. I know. I'm looking at the other finalists in this final. Dakine, GoPro, but other than that, all these sponsors
no, because that dude rides for Burton, and that guy is
Oksana Tiger.
I
don't know. This is just a random final shot.
It's just so that part of half pipe snowboarding now is gone in such. I mean, Ayumu rides for Burton
and Vans.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, Ayumu's all over Tokyo.
All over.
He's everywhere.
Very rad.
But I just think it's kind of a weird thing.
So of the top riders, who are the ones that you feel are I mean, Scotty James is helping the snowboard industry by
he's
investing in X Games and all that stuff.
Investing in X Games and stuff.
And ripping.
And he rips. But I'm saying, like, if I was a little kid...
Who's got the most core cool sponsors of any half-pipe?
I get the half-pipe.
Girl.
Ayumu.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Ayumu's the one that kind of sits on the top of the podium as far as that goes. And then you got, like, Chloe Kim, Roxy. Roxy's been in the snowboard industry forever. But I guess what I'm saying here is, like, young kids that are coming up that want to be Scotty James.
They're going to aspire to ride.
You can buy the red mittens. Like, Scotty has his signature red mittens. I think that's a great marketing thing that he's done. Like, if you want to, like you can't buy the board. You know what I mean? Like, you can't, you don't know what boots Scotty rides. It's like there's no...
It'd be like if Tony Hawk wrote a blank board and on the bottom was, like, bagel bites.
Exactly. Is that good for the industry? I don't think it's very good for the industry. I don't think it's good for, he does a lot of really good stuff as far as X Games, but that's like investing back into the industry with, promoting the brands that are there and creating a healthy industry. I mean, it's not his responsibility to do whatever the hell he wants, but like...
He's such a rad ambassador for snowboarding in general.
And you would think that, like, I mean, obviously... People in the know this, and there's no secret. Like, Scotty married into Formula One racing money. That's his money, but it's probably affording him a lifestyle that has a lot of Gulf streams in it.
Let's go.
And I'm just saying, like, you could, like, slum it. And, like, at least, like, are you riding union bindings? Like, let people know what kind of bindings you're riding. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. There's just literally
maybe he is in his own way, and we're just not seeing it.
I just feel like the industry has changed so much. That's
like the upper... I mean, that's like the 1%.
It is the 1%, but those are who you look at oftentimes as, like, I want to be just... Like, look, even Shaun White at his peak, like, he was riding for Burton, and then he was riding for... he had White Space. Yeah. Like, and you can argue that White Space, for whatever opinions on it, White Space is contributing to...
It's an endemic brand.
Yeah, it's an endemic brand. Like, they sponsor snowboarders, and the snowboarders go and they do things. He's got Young Ams ride base in Colorado, and there's rippers.
Yeah.
So it's like, that... I don't know. Like, am I completely off base here?
I think it's an interesting topic, and I think that, I'm sure when you're at that level of fame and success and winning, and, you have agents and managers, and they're going... Dude, this company is going to pay you $1 million a year, and all you got to do is, like, put the sticker on. And, like...
Which is probably what it is, really.
And you're thinking about... I can't speak for him. All I can say is I think Scotty James is an incredible ambassador for snowboarding. Super nice, rad,
This has literally nothing to do with Scotty James's influence.
I know what you're saying. It's not just him. It's not just him.
Love the dude. He's pushed progression so far beyond what anyone ever would be. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Like, if snowboarding is giving you everything, all of these opportunities.
You are a proponent of giving back, and I respect you for that.
I just feel like it creates longevity in the sport. It's not so much...
Right.
It's just like you want to help... The sport is like, snowboarding is limping right now.
Limpies?
Limping. It's having a time walking.
Yeah. Because
of the current state of funding. So why wouldn't you do everything you could to help it along?
Well, you should talk to him.
Yeah, maybe I will. It's an interesting... I think that there's probably a lot more layers to it.
Yeah. Well, one gripe that I have with Scotty James is that
he's too good.
He has not liked any of my Instagram stories from Japan. Meanwhile, you got Mark McMorris out there liking my videos.
Damn.
Liking my stories. Thank you, Mark McMorris, for supporting my snowboarding.
Hey, Mark McMorris
will be back in a big way
at X Games. And,
he's ripping.
Never count out McMo. He's the shit.
What is his nickname? Sparky?
Sparky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm looking for Mark McMorris because anybody who likes my snowboarding videos, unironically, it's kind of like, I'm sure it's kind of half like Special Olympics like good for you.
Yeah,
but still, that's a like from Mark McMorris, who's a legend.
Like,
good job.
Like when someone says that's
like you're trying.
I will be watching.
Mark McMorris.
I will 100% be watching X Games. I love.
We're huge fans of X Games.
I can never not watch X Games.
Never. That should be a shirt. Never not watch X Games.
In other snowboarding news,
you had some new snowboarding inventions.
I feel like I have a lot of snowboarding news.
Okay.
This just came across my desk this morning while I was...
Your desk, like your office.
Well,
you're on the toilet. It came across your phone.
Came across my porcelain desk this morning. There is a new binding product out there. Own bindings.
Okay, hold on.
Okay.
I want you to take a breath before you eviscerate this new invention.
Who says I'm going to eviscerate
I'm just saying. Let me explain. Let me read to you what it says on their website.
Set the table.
Bone bindings create a surfy feeling for normal shredding and heel control over the board that is the same as traditional bindings. Your feet don't need to be rigidly locked to the board. You can control the board by naturally shifting your weight front to back. So basically, in list terms, talking to get more technical on this, their bindings, your boots are on a base of your bindings, and it's got some it's like a U-shaped swivel.
It's like each individual foot is pumping on a mini ramp.
Right. Okay, so pros and cons, Todd. You haven't tried them, you haven't seen them in person, but what are your initial thoughts and pros and cons on bone bindings?
Con. Unintentional pan airs.
Okay.
Front and back foot simultaneously.
Yeah.
MCLs have left the chat.
I saw a photo of a snowboarder, I think it was a boy, and he was doing an air, and the board was like straight up, and both of his boots were skew.
Dude,
his ankle side was leaned up against the nose.
I can't even count the amount of ways that you could with these.
Right.
You
think. Would you try them?
No. I value my
You've
ankles.
done it.
I value my ankles and I value my knees and my hips.
Okay.
I feel like
I just feel like there's so much in your snowboard.
No
like
kidding.
Don't add anything else.
No kidding. I do feel like, there is a market for having micro amounts of play in your bindings. Like I think now snowboard bindings have done a really good job with allowing the base plate to kind of move individually from the strapped part of your binding. I think that's kind of neat.
Okay.
It doesn't interfere. It like enhances the flex of a board. I think that's cool. These, however, are creating another pivot point for your body.
Right.
So you're no longer just pivoting at the ankle. You're now pivoting side to side while pivoting at the ankle.
Right.
Which leads to are you familiar with physics?
Mike Physics?
Yeah, Mike Physics.
The guy who invented physics?
Yeah, Mike Physics from physics.com said that if you create a third leverage point on your already side to side motion of your heel to toe, bad things are going to happen.
Well, we'll see. It's a brand new product. You never know. Remember, in the jerk, the OptiGrab.
Yeah.
Started off as
everyone got cross-eyed.
But we don't know. We wish, hey, entering the market.
Can't wait to see it.
Another new product, Todd. I'd like to get thoughts on.
Let's hear it.
This is something different. So Atlas Hybrid is, as White Line Snowboarding Mag say, a top pick for winter. So this is a powder surf, split board, and powder snowboard all in one.
Yeah.
You've seen this thing?
Yeah, I think it's really, really cool.
Pretty cool looking invention.
It's cool. It's like, okay, so if you're going split boarding up a hill, obviously everyone knows what splitting is. It's kind of like cross-country skiing uphill.
So you have bindings this way.
Right.
Vertical with skis.
And I believe that this can be used not only as a split board where you snap your bindings in and you can snowboard down the hill, but you can snap these like grip pads on in place of where your bindings went, and now, which I almost feel like,
and a normal powder snowboard.
Right.
So it's 3 in 1.
Pretty freaking cool.
Yeah.
I wonder how much. The only question I have is I wonder how much it weighs.
I mean, it probably weighs a little bit. It's got to with all that.
A lot of gear on there.
But this is my first time going on White Line's snowboard map.
White Lines is great.
It's been around forever. But where is it? Is it Canadian?
No, it's from the UK.
Okay, well, UK. Yeah, they have like all their 2024, 2025 top picks on there, and it was just a little bit different than I expected. It was a little bit Euro, which is great. Good for them.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see the video of the skier who's yelling at somebody, a snowboarder, a skier, blue jacket? He's yelling at the snowboarder. He's like about to stab him with his
smoked,
and he got freaking side hacked by another snowboarder.
I think that was in Tahoe this week.
And
last week.
The caption that I've seen all over the internet was,
"Fuck around, find out."
Skier gets what he deserves. And obviously you can't get the whole story. Even if it looked like either a girl or like a little person, kid, or something, not a giant human, on the ground, cowering, even if this person cut off this grown skier, you don't, the guy's fine, he's not injured, but you don't stand over someone with poles and them and not expect backup to come, and the backup came like a safety in the NFL. Smoked the guy.
Yeah, head down, full shot, kaboom.
Yeah. But again, nobody's dead. Nobody looks like they got hurt. It's a good, clean hit.
I feel like that, like, sometimes, a lot of times, skiers like to poke with the poles.
Yeah, I saw another video.
No, that gets the shit, he like smacks anyways.
Yeah.
If you have a stabby spear and you poke at somebody, don't expect there to be repercussions.
Expect to get a heavy, sharp snowboard upside your head. And I do not condone violence, but if you start shit, for shit to come back at you.
Fuck around, find out.
And it's not just skiers doing the bad stuff, snowboard doing bad stuff. We know it. It goes back and forth.
You just never...
It's the snow BMX you gotta worry about.
Yeah. You get run over by a snow bike.
No, those guys are all chill.
At any rate,
I've never seen any snow.
I thought it was interesting, and it's like I'll always stop and watch these videos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chloe Kim and Scotty James won the Lax Open. We know that. But the real news, Todd, is right here.
Oh boy, here we go. This is
Kendall and Kylie Jenner.
Favorite podcast.
Their close sisterly bond as they hit the Aspen slopes together on Sunday. And now, you would think, right? You got Chad Otterstrom. He's one of the best at Aspen. He's ripping them out. Doesn't mean nothing. Because these stunning stars have taken over this chic Colorado ski town.
Do you think that they're
glamorous family?
Are they there for X Games?
Are they like? Do they have X Games
ties? I don't know.
They probably hang out with Scotty James and Sean. They're all friends. Anyway, Kendall is sharing sweet moments on her Instagram. They're both. The good thing is, though, they're out there riding. So, yes, they're in Aspen. They're supporting the local high-end bars and restaurants and hotels, and they're flying their private jets there.
Do you think that they have bodyguards?
Oh, my God.
With them?
Yes.
That snowboard.
Oh, God.
Like, what do you think the skill level is of the bodyguard snowboarding with?
I saw something. I think it was the No Jumper show. They had a bodyguard in there. And some of these bodyguards can make up to $2 to $3 million a year because you're always on call.
Yeah.
And you can't have a life other than being the bodyguard. And so for Kendall and who did I say? It was Kendall and Kylie?
Haley, whatever.
Haley Bieber was there.
Yeah, but like on the hill.
That's what I'm saying is like you got to have
any of you snowboarders out there.
That kid to the skier would be a good bodyguard.
I'm telling you, any of you.
That's really interesting.
Any of you like good snowboarders who are maybe like jacked up a little bit, I think that you should probably start going to Aspen, going to these resorts, these high resorts, and maybe putting an ad in the paper that says celebrity, like maybe like during Sundance in parks. I'm dead fucking serious right now. Go and put in the fucking penny saver or whatever it is. Stop! You're distracting me.
That's Whitney Houston, the bodyguard.
I know, but
Kevin Costner.
Don't you think that that's a thing? Like if you're kind of fit, because a bodyguard.
I think Chad Otterstrom should be the Kardashian bodyguard.
Needs to be able to get around the hill.
And yeah,
like you can't be like some jacked up bodyguard who's like only hold the greens. You need to be an expert bodyguard.
Who are some of the other Aspen lokes that would be good for this job?
Fuck, I don't know. There's probably a million. There's so many people, so many rippers and Aspen. No,
you'd be very intimidating on a mountain.
Want to? I don't have a mustache.
Well,
you probably need tattoos.
That was kind of like celebrity news from people.com, but this is actually from a ripper, snowboarding ripper, the greatest F1 driver ever to do it, talking about our guy. You know who it is?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Who's the best F1 driver to ever do it? Lewis Hamilton. Lewis Hamilton surfs pipeline. Mm-hmm. He tows into big waves. I've never seen him skateboard, but I just saw a video of him snowboarding, and he rips.
No, he's
10 times better than I am.
He's gone to Baldface a bunch of times with Ken Block back in the day.
So he was. And
he wasn't supposed to be going there.
He was at the CMH heli skiing and summer adventure out of British Columbia, And the video of him is pretty rad. He's legit ripping powder.
No, he goes for it.
The man is an athlete.
When he was I remember Ken telling me when he was in Baldface that he had to like sneak there and
Did he have a bodyguard? Oh, because the sponsor.
Yeah, like he wasn't beat snowboarding.
Well, he's moving to Ferrari now.
No shit.
Yeah.
I thought he was Ferrari before.
No, he's Mercedes forever.
Really?
He's moving to Ferrari.
Are you sure he wasn't Ferrari?
Yeah. He's been Mercedes for all these championships.
All right.
Shocked the world. We were just talking about this event, the Kings and Queens of Corbett's, one of the gnarliest snow events ever. It's going down at Jackson Hole, Wyoming. There's a window between February 8th and 15th.
I can only say I hope it snows because this is the sack of potatoes contest.
Chuck your carcass.
Just meat tosser.
You got including Jack Wiley, Colby Stevenson, Yuki Kodono,
Cooper Braun.
The women, the Queens Corbett roster.
Shrel Moss, Shaka Penchikova.
That's close. Veronica Paulson.
Madison
just to name a few.
Wow. Going to be some people chucking meat.
Yeah, that's from snowboarder.com. Another teenage snowboarder fell off a chairlift at Copper Mountain. This is the fourth person to fall off a chairlift in Colorado this season.
Oh shit!
But this person fell off, and I was thinking about this when we were loading off the chair in Japan. Like the reason they have those nets.
Yeah, so you fall.
Still scary, embarrassing because everyone in the chairlift is going to see.
Did you see in the news that the other day at this skier in the Pyrenees in Spain, Astun? Like I've been to Astun.
No.
A long time ago.
I'll see you too.
The chairlift derailed and like hurt like 40 people. Jeez. It just like the bull wheel, which is the big turning wheel at the end of the line where the cable wraps around, just fell off.
Dude, that's too much slack.
So heavy.
That's scary. Yeah. I don't love being on chairlifts, gondolas, or big. I just don't like being suspended in the air.
You know what I do like is something that we experienced in Japan that I forgot how wonderful they are.
Oh, yeah.
They're called boxes. They're a single-person chairlift.
Yeah, it's like a lawn chair.
It's so great. You don't have to talk to anybody. You just sit there by yourself.
Right.
Introverts, wet dream.
Yeah. In the Mid-Tours Monday M.A.S. highlight reel called Cry is Free. It's on YouTube now. Search it up. Lastly, our friend Jake Kuzik, along with Emma, joining Mountain Hardware.
No shit.
What's Mountain Hardware?
Mountain Hardware is like an arterial, like a backcountry kind of
good,
really good. Like they're they've always been in the mountain culture. Like you could be wearing mounted hiking like Everest.
Oh damn.
That kind of shit.
Okay. Well, Jake and Emma rip. So
boom.
Good on ya, Mountain Hardware. Any more snow news?
No, that did it for me.
Nerd news and questions brought to you by Vessel Shipping. Todd, this is nerdy. There are 4 teams left in the NFL playoffs. Who's going to win the Super Bowl? It's your pick. Kansas City Chiefs, Buffalo Bills, Philadelphia Eagles, or the Washington Commanders?
Go Ducks.
All right. New Mortal Kombat Gus Reigns as a brand new character. No, Arnold Schwarzenegger as Conan Barbarian.
It's not a new Mortal Kombat.
It is.
I think it was like just a character.
Mortal Kombat 1 Chaos Reigns.
I feel like I have. Do I have this already?
Well, if you have it already, you Conan the Barbarian, complete with special moves, and it's the actual.
Chris, they announced
Conan the Barbarian.
They announced the Switch 2. Will you be getting the Switch 2?
I'm just now figuring out the Switch 1.
That's nerdy.
I got some nerd news too. My Kelly and I were having a conversation about what to watch the other night, and we started re-watching Foundation.
Oh, it's good.
Classic.
Where are you right now?
Episode 1.
Oh, you started at the beginning.
I'm back to the front.
I feel like you kind of need to watch The Foundation more than once because it's...
there's a lot going on.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
Yeah. Okay.
Good show, though.
We got a bunch of questions here.
All right, let's beat the questions.
I know. We're gonna do this. Right? Questions brought to you by our friends at Vessel Shipping. Narchived, who's on the trip with us. Chris, what did you enjoy more during the Monday? Food or the riding? Props are shedding pal 4 days in a row. To be honest, the riding with the homies was just incredible. It's
fun.
It's like my dream riding. You got friends, and everyone's getting down the hill at the same time. The guides put you right in the best powder. So, but the food and the beer, I mean, that's what.
And the DJ sets.
DJ Todd Richards was by far
I'm a
my
DJ
favorite
now,
part.
by the way.
Yeah. Danny Caputo says, have you may have been asked it before, but what do you guys think gets farted on? Who do you guys think gets farted on by their owners more? Dogs or horses? Well, horses. Because when you have your legs spread like that and you're on the horse, you're going to be farting on the horse. But you are in a saddle.
And dogs kind of like it.
Blocks that.
Dogs like it.
I love those videos
fart.
Where somebody comes up and they fart on the dog and the dog makes a funny face.
Do you really think the dog is like...
hilarious.
I think dogs like farts.
Jim Tucker wants to know. This is a question for Todd.
Mm.
Are the hentai gaijin DJs of weddings? He is engaged. He's with his fiancée in Japan right now.
Once I figure out how to really DJ, yes.
Okay. Yes, for weddings. It's not cheap.
No. We're very
not
expensive.
Cheap.
Very expensive.
We're very worth it, though. Your fiancée will love it.
Yeah, she's gonna really like it.
Why are they playing? Why are they playing the song again?
What, dude? That was like the hardest drop of the whole night.
That was hot.
Ain't no one dropped the Airwolf theme song in the middle of a DJ set.
Todd's DJ debut was hot.
It was hot.
Todd Glazer, different Todd, awesome Todd.
What does he say?
Says, now that you're in Japan, I have to know: are there friends on nowadays?
Yes.
When in Japan, definitely.
When you're not dealing with scarcity,
yeah,
there's more friends.
Yeah.
Like literally, we went to some of these resorts, and there would be 6 people on the hill before we got there.
Yeah.
None of them were going in the powder.
And for me, because I need a little extra help in powder, there's definitely friends. And nice to be in the trees and you can at least see a couple people and you're like, okay, I'm in the right spot. When you're alone in the trees in powder is when you have a problem.
I'll tell you
you're
this,
like, oh my god, where am I going?
Like you gotta when you rock up day 1 when we went to Japan and we rock up to this little resort, it is kind of and everyone is powder frothing. It becomes a bit of a mob scene. Mm-hmm. So I like to let everyone go.
Yeah.
Just get it out of your system because the experience start to show itself until everyone's kind of chills the fuck out.
Right. And there's no powder panic. You know you're going to get powdered tomorrow.
There is no powder panic because
you're
these resorts at 10 o'clock in the morning because they don't open until 10 o'clock in the morning.
There's no powder panic on a mint tour. You know you're going to score. Hana Lee, hi Hana Lee. Hana Lee wants to know, what were your favorite convenience store finds on this trip? The ice cream sandwiches.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're called, but they're basically a waffle cut in half with frozen chocolate and vanilla ice cream.
I don't know why we don't have those here in some form.
Dude. Todd.
They're so good.
They are.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and those weird they're almost like a gummy, but they look like little Pac-Man.
Yeah, I mean the candy is next level. You just have to be a little bit careful because I remember I brought a bunch of candy for my kids, and one of them was highly caffeinated gummies, but I could not read the title.
When did you find that?
After none of us slept. The next day I used the Google Translate and it was like caffeine gummy candy. I swear. My kids are bouncing off the walls. Adam Ets Art, Monday M.A.S.S question. What's your favorite photo or clip that you got in Japan?
Ooh, mine is probably the little frontside air off the rock into the 2 pow turns.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was cool.
Mine shot by Jeremy, a.k.a. Blackbird.nz. And it's just, I was just going through the trees on a powder run, cruising. But the way he films and his eye to make mediocre riders look was just
and also
awesome.
One of the best things about Japan is the lighting is so different than it is here.
Yeah.
It's just the way the sun...
It's so beautiful.
It's
Assorted Surf Picks wants to know, picks for Pipeline. Well, I gotta go with John Florence. Pick would be Baron Mamiya. Wildcard pick will be Miguel Pupo. For the women, gotta go Caity Simmers. I'm going to say Brisa Hennessy is my second pick.
Aaron Brooks.
Wild card pick is Aaron Brooks. Yeah. A lot of picks, but those are good picks. Narchived has a follow-up question. Best item at 7-Eleven, the ice cream sandwiches.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chasing Winter Production says, what did Chris learn about riding powder in Japan? Was Todd a good powder riding coach? What board rode the best for both of you in deep pow on this trip? What I learned about riding powder was just relax. Let it flow. Let it float.
It's okay to go straight.
It's great. Like, you can always stop. You know, like, that's one thing about groomers that I get. If I'm going too fast on a groomer, I get scared. Because, like, you can't just lay down. In a powder situation, you know, unless you're a tree, you can pretty much always stop.
I kind of feel like, too, like, whenever I see footage from Japan, because it's not, like, Japan, it's not crazy steep.
Right.
Right? Like, there are sections, but predominantly it's not top to bottom, like, really steep verticals. You're kind of cruising through the trees, and
you
then
gotta
you hit a
keep
steep section.
speed.
You gotta keep speed. And I watch the footage that, you know, when Jeremy does follow cams or anyone else does follow, and I have a tendency to, like, try to, like, wiggle all the time, when I feel like after thinking about it and, like, watching it, you can just go straight.
Yeah.
And it doesn't look as like wild.
I was flailing my back arm a little bit too much in the powder. Todd you rode your...
I just rode
Moro the whole time.
Moro board, yeah.
Yeah, the Moro board worked great. The white space powder board in deep pow was super rad, but I got kind of sketched on groomers.
I rode a K2 excavator for one day.
Right.
And I thought it was really fun.
The powder boards on groomers are...
No, not necessarily.
Yeah. I think I'm just, like, I love groomers.
In Japan,
I'm a powder guy. I'm a pow dog.
My opinion in Japan is if you're going to go there and bring a power board, you bring a small one. You bring like a 50, like if you're like an average sized human, you bring like a 50, because the trees are they can be really tight.
Yeah.
And you want something that wiggles.
We had a 152 Moro Todd Richards model and a 152 white space.
Yeah,
154. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fun bringing multiple boards because you're just like, you feel like you're doing something. You know, I felt like I'm switching binding.
Nice to give them away though, because then your board bag's lighter.
John Quarta. I would be curious to Todd's opinion on this. Oh, it was about bone binding. We buy it.
Yes, we talked about the bone binding.
Yeah, bone broth. Todd loves bone broth, by the way. I don't know if he's talked about that lately.
Straight from the source.
That's about it. Hey guys, looking to get back in the snowboard industry but live in Southern California. We worked at a shop for a couple years, but probably lost a reference after walking in on my boss shucking the corn. Anyways, any advice on how to get back in? Interested in events, contests, and activity.
Back in with your boss?
The corn shucker?
Yeah, you just go in and be like, I didn't see anything.
Or like, dude, nice stick. When's the meeting? Well, what advice would you have next to get back in the industry, back in the game, if you will? Just events and stuff.
LinkedIn.
Just LinkedIn?
Yeah, LinkedIn.
Well, I think you go on like
go to events.
If you're in Southern California, Mountain High has a bunch of events. They have events coming up. I know that.
You mean like work the event?
Yeah, well, like you can DM them and say, and look, nobody wants to work for free, but it's a good way to get your foot in the door. Like, let me volunteer at the next event. See if you do, hire me on the next
I feel like there is that shit doesn't work anymore, dude. People say, well, go on LinkedIn and submit.
Right.
It's like, it's weird how the personal touch is based by LinkedIn. And I think it's whack.
I mean, Double Eject saw his ex-boss giving himself a personal touch, and that's why he's not in the industry. But
what if you just sent your old boss a card that said, like, hey, I just wanted to say that
you were masturbating.
You look great.
I'm sorry you were masturbating. All right, anyway, great show. Love to all of you. We're going to be back next Monday.
Yeah, I'll be here.
Yeah, proper.
All right, we'll see you guys next week. You look great. I said you look great. This is great.